There is a work session for Hagerstown Mayor and Council today. Maryland Governor Les Moore is set to deliver his state budget proposal to lawmakers tomorrow. That includes $2 billion worth of spending cuts. And Donald Trump calls U.S. Senator John Fetterman a common sense person.
In 150 feet, turn right onto Paul Smith Boulevard.
Sponsored by your local
Take the next right onto Paul Smith Boulevard.
If your website takes too much time to load, you're losing customers. Set up an appointment today. Go to launchux.com. I'm Susan King.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto South Edgewood Drive.
Where are you headed?
Jeff Nordine with your
Lanham,
forecast coming from here.
Come back to the
AVIATION
vertical
Services
shift
Weather
there,
Center.
which I know ain't there. Let's go for that.
Clouds to start, a snow shower by the afternoon. High temperature hitting 27 degrees. Then we're partly cloudy, still windy overnight.
Coming up exactly.
Tomorrow is going to be cloudy and breezy, 29. And then we're cloudy on Thursday with a couple light flurries. For local news and AccuWeather on the go, visit your app store and download News Talk.
It only takes 70 down and cut across 32.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto U.S. Highway 40 East, National Pike.
Faith and inspiration.
10-4, buddy. Have a good day. Either way, it's 2 hours. Yeah, I'd imagine 2.5 or so for the work.
Transportation services on the street.
All right, man.
Opportunity available for truck drivers at least 20.
Let me know about tomorrow when you get to it.
Yeah, cool. They're currently hiring for a Class A CDL local truck driver in Mahoobity, Pennsylvania, with all chalk and hook, no touch frame. The schedule is a 5-day work week with 2 consecutive days off and home every day. Drivers average $1,500 to $1,700 per week. Benefits include medical, dental, and life insurance that start after 30 days. CPC also offers 401k with weekly company contribution. All candidates must have a valid and current Class A CDL to be considered. Apply online at cpclogistics.com.
Take the next right onto U.S. Highway 40 East, National Pike.
This is an excellent opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a growing private fleet for a large international consumer goods company. Apply online today at cpclogistics.com. An EEO employer. This News Talk 103.7 FM segment powered in part by AES Hearth and Patio. Wood stoves, pellet stoves, chimney inspections, alternative energy, cold weather solutions in stock, installed by the experts. Visit AESHearthandPatio.com. The big talk here on News Talk 103.7 FM, 7:33. It's powered in part by the John Allison Public House. Delicious. Tomorrow we'll do burgers, half off. It's the wings on Thursday, prime rib. On Friday, a little trivia action, all of it. They are putting together a heck of an evening for you, or just heading out to lunch with a client.
Haul the load today, but it's not that big.
We'll go to the John Allison Public House in Greencastle, JohnAllisonPublicHouse.com, JohnAllisonPublicHouse.com, 7:34. Real rapid fire here, Clint and Michelle. The story on the front page, I think, on the Wall Street Journal, fake job postings.
Not a problem, buddy. We're just going to
Clint,
sit
did
in
you see
traffic
that
anyway.
story? Did you dig into that one there? I'm surprised that when there's businesses out there that it's hard enough hiring people. You're putting fake job postings up there too?
They're saying maybe 4 out of 10 job postings are fake.
Why?
And well, what they mean by that is they're saying some of these companies, they'll just put up these phony advertisements to create the appearance, the fake appearance that they're growing to make their competitors. Some of it also ties back into DEI things. Companies are making these ads to create the facade that they're trying to diversify their workforce.
Continue on U.S. Highway 40 East for 1 mile.
Friendship benefits. They see benefits for their business if they can be more friendly with Trump. Is it for real or is it just transactional? You know, we'll see. For now, it looks like Zuckerberg and Trump are developing a real friendship.
Use the right lane to take the I-70 East ramp.
The nature that is part of it. He's actually admitting, actually they were getting, he's admitting that
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-70
to
East.
one side. I'd love to see that, like, if he brings forth more evidence of that, that would be great. That's still beneficial for us to understand. Yeah, there was a narrative and you know, there may be some sort of criticisms for the administration, but I think we'll be more transparent, and I think we'll all be activated now to call it out and hold people accountable. That's what I'd like to see come out.
Counselor, what are you watching here this morning we should be eyeing?
Well, they have been at the John Fetterman Summit over the weekend at Mar-a-Lago. You are starting to see some reporting about
Continue on I-70 East for 48 miles.
Fascinating, saying that they had a great meeting. Fetterman's wife was also along for this visit. Neither side is giving details on what these discussions were, but it sounds like they intend to continue working together on whatever that might be, something that we certainly would promote.
Thomas Tip O'Neill, what do you think?
I can go back to Reagan and Tip O'Neill. They had a famous, great relationship, and by all accounts, that benefited the country. Maybe that's what Fetterman and Trump are trying to do here, replicate.
Big spread in the journal, too. I mean, Fetterman's riding pretty well right now. He's enjoying himself.
He's got a very favorable piece in today's journal about calling him the maverick. And he's really carving out this territory in the Senate, maybe to the dismay of certain Democrats, but I'm working for him in certainly in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and I'd love to see the traditional media maybe treat us and Fetterman the same. Or is Fetterman just stick his finger in the air and do what's best for him and his future prospects? I would like to think, though, that there is some common sense here, as Trump pointed out, and maybe that will spread. And I would love to see.
I think John should clear up the line out there. I mean, all this attention that Fetterman. Education Center, learn more at WCMD. Meeting, sane and rational conservative voice of the Washington Post. He was the vice president for so long. Jennifer has decided she's had enough. He says she's really wondering if the conscience people is being sound conservative voice of reason anymore. She's venturing out on her own. She's starting her own venture. His years of passion with these losing time. Here is
You're allergic to Jennifer Rubin right now.
to say the least. At the very beginning of the Trump administration, MSNBC for like 2 weeks. MSNBC had never taken this story for about 2 weeks in early spring of 2017 or late winter of 2017. MSNBC tried, really tried to have this is before they went all in. Remember the whole campaign, this is
Not accurate. This is who we don't want to be.
they were like, we kill some of these Truckin people on. So a few times. Away from the NBC studios here on the right side, right? Was also
Welcome. Trying to see the chat. It's hard to see the chat while I'm driving. Thanks for coming in. And enjoy the ride. Hello?
About there being a lot of humor over there, but I think it's going to be unintentional.
I don't think they mean it, yeah.
We're I'm going to be a lifetime founding subscriber to the country, and we'll give you full reports so you don't have to read it. It's 7:43.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with you.
News Talk 5.9 WMAL.
There's a lot of us out there.
Making sense of the news.
Foster Remodeling Solutions is Northern Virginia's #1 choice for remodeling and anything that you need. They are the best to enhance your home with a new kitchen or bathroom or in-law suite. In addition, or full floor plan remodels so you can age in place. I want you to talk to the amazing team at Foster Remodeling Solutions. They're going to make it beautiful. They're going to help you achieve the perfect remodel stress-free. I have friends who have gone through remodeling, and it is more stressful than a divorce. In fact, it'll cause a divorce. Don't do that. Get the experts at Foster Remodeling Solutions. They handle everything, the design, the selection, the build. You have one point of contact to manage the entire home improvement project. There's no finger pointing, and they'll do exactly what your wife wants them to do. So again, see no divorce, happy wife, happy remodel, happy life. Get a complimentary in-home consultation now. Book your appointment online at fosterremodeling.com, fosterremodeling.com.
From launch pads to research labs. Ability leads to many places, all covered by Waybo. Waybo offers fully portable group term life insurance for current and former civilian vets. This coverage answers whatever life brings, with benefits that follow wherever service
Let's
goes.
go too fast.
For vets, by
He's
vets.
not running in the back, everybody.
7:45 WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First out of the
No
five,
sense at all.
Witten in the Hidden Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Larry, we're cooking up in the traffic center. All lanes open in the Ogden Hill Beltway interloop between St. Barnabas Road and 210. Whew, it was a long time to clear the multiple car crash. It's all over to the right shoulder. You can still see it. Jam from through the Wilson Bridge. For your peace of mind, now we have lanes open, so we're flowing a little bit better. Southbound 95 delays after the ICC back before 212. That's to join onto each loop of the Beltway. Just a lot of heavy volume for the rush hour. We're still jammed on Route 100. Crash cleanup westbound 100 at the Baltimore-Washington Parkway continues. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
With some freezing temperatures out there this morning, watch out for some slick spots. We are going to see sunshine through the morning hours. Temperatures, though, not climbing all that much. We're only going to get into the mid to upper 30s for daytime highs today, so a lot colder than yesterday. Also, those northwesterly winds will make for wind chills in the teens and 20s. We will see increasing clouds heading into the late afternoon and evening hours. There is a chance for a brief snow shower or a few flurries. Little snow accumulation expected. Cold and windy tomorrow. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it's 30 degrees at 7:46.
Traffic, weather, and news are brought to you by Douglas & Son Services. Go to douglasandSonservices.com.
Affordable. Expert technicians, Douglas & Son. Services for all your plumbing, gas, heating, and air conditioning needs. Serving D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. If rain's about to dump and you're worried about your sump pump, call Douglas & Son.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to slow it down, get it going slower. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression. Izervay gets GA going slower. Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today. Izervay gets GA going slower. Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Oh, they're just running the back of each other
/radio.
everywhere.
Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
But they go too damn fast.
Princeton Longevity Center.
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow
That's 5
20
cars
turned
are running
into
the back of
40.
each other.
Now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat. Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers will get a second month free when you sign up and use promo code second free by January 26th. But keep it important, you have to seriously wake up. You call 1-888-FREEDOM or Consumer Cellular.com.
But you choose your ideal car
a slowdown ahead.
Uncertainty your home will sell. This is the Regal message from Debbie, Sarah, and Practice and Power team at Keller Williams. Debbie and Sarah. Metro area for the past 10 years. They're so confident in their services that if your home doesn't sell, the home serve will buy it at a price agreeable to you. That's their guarantee. This is the Ford family, who are on the market with another agent for 99 days with no loan. Make no money on Sarah and after only 10 days on the market. Guarantee the full price match on their home. Who runs the Power Home team now and guarantee your home sale by 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD or visit CastleBuyers.com.
This is Mark Levent for St. Joseph's Roofing. If you're looking for a company to handle any roof repair, replacement, or insurance claim, put your faith and trust in St. Joseph's Roofing. St. Joseph's Roofing. Put your faith in us. SBRoof.com.
Later this morning on the Chris Bland Show, less than a week away from Joe Biden leaving the White House. They think they're going to let him drive that Corvette after he
The Arctic air has returned. We're going to see high temperatures in the 30s today through Thursday, and we're also going to be dealing with some breezy conditions, so we'll definitely be wind chills today in the teens and 20s. We do have a slight chance for a snow shower heading into the evening hours with a little dusting in some spots, especially south of D.C. We'll see clearing skies overnight with lows in the 20s. Tomorrow, windy, wind chills in the single digits and teens. We'll see moderating temperatures in the 40s by Friday and Saturday. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
23 degrees, 7 cents. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, write this number down. Put it into your phone. 800-404-5055. The IRS is hiring more staff and cracking down. Call tax relief helpers now to learn about our tax debt reduction programs and how to stop the collection efforts. If you're facing liens, levies, an audit, wage garnishment, or have years of unpaid taxes, even if you're already in a payment plan, we can help. Through special IRS programs, you may qualify to have your tax debt settled for a fraction of what you owe. Tax Relief Helpers has helped thousands of taxpayers qualify for these generous relief programs, earning an A rating of Better Business Bureau. No matter what amount you or your business owe to the IRS, call our Tax Relief Hotline now for a free consultation and see what savings you may qualify for. Don't tackle the IRS on your own, and don't risk having your wages, Social Security, even your pension seized. Call now. Call 800-404-5055. That's 800-404-5055. 800-404-5055.
Are you suffering from balance issues due to numbness in your feet? Maybe you also have pain or tingling. If so, we have great news. Dr. Sarah Kazoo at Virginia Laser Therapy specializes in treating pain, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet from peripheral neuropathy without drugs or surgery. Dr. Kazoo's proven protocol utilizes therapies that are FDA cleared, pain-free, drug-free, and most importantly, highly effective and long-lasting. Start the new year off right, pain-free. Now is the perfect time to call Dr. Kazoo and take advantage of her Discovery Day special, which includes a consultation with the doctor, examination, x-rays if necessary, and a report of recommendations, all for just $95. Don't risk life-threatening falls or suffer with pain any longer. Call Virginia Laser Therapy today at 703-367-7878 or click virginialasertherapy.com. That's 703-367-7878 or click virginialasertherapy.com today.
It's Larry from my friends at Co-Care Weight Loss, and I'm joined here today by JJ. JJ, why did you decide to come back and try Co-Care again?
Yeah, well, I've seen Julie's success, obviously, and Larry, I've seen how you've sustained your weight loss, and I'm thinking about myself, and I've realized now's the time to change my health, and I know Co-Care can help me with that.
Well, it's a new year, and you know what they say, new year, new you. We both know that many of you have been listening and thinking about losing weight, just like JJ has. Well, now's the time. Don't procrastinate anymore. Co-Care has two programs. One program without medication for those who don't need or want to take medicine. And Co-Care also has the RX program using GLP-1 meds. This, combined with Co-Care's coaching, will have you keep the weight off forever. Call now and make the new year a new you. Tell them Larry and JJ sent you and learn about their Jumpstart January program. Call 855-888-0180 to get started or the COPAREhealth.com.
Hi, it's Larry. Want to hear the fastest way to know what your home would sell for? Reach out to Reynolds and Power Home team. Simply text your address to 800-763-3000. No phone call, just text your address to 800-763-3000. 800-763-3000.
Coming up, today's day one of the confirmation hearings, including all eyes on Pete Hicks for second death. Well, he's got a lot of support in town. They're coming from far and wide. That'd be military veterans. We're going to speak with one of them, a Navy SEAL, Rob Sweetman. Also, Joe Pollock, live from Los Angeles. He's in the Palisades. He'll give us an update on the fires, the recovery, and the political fallout.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Star 105.9.
News now.
WMAL News at 8. Good morning. I'm John Matthews. Go ahead and flush. That's the message from Prince George's and Montgomery County's water utility. WSSC has lifted its essential use only request, which had asked residents to hold the line on water after a tough stretch of water main breaks and left the utility worried about availability. WSSC now says enough repairs have been made and the distribution system restored to the point where you can do laundry and run the dishwasher as normal and go ahead and stand in the shower a bit longer if you'd like. The utility says repairs on several dozen water mains are continuing 24/7. D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith is reacting to a claim by the D.C. Police Union that the city police department's operating at a 50-year low in terms of staffing and stretching to force too thin. This latest complaint comes in the wake of 3 officers being shot in an encounter yesterday morning. Chief Pamela Smith.
We are low in numbers, and I don't think that's any different from a lot of the other partners that are here today. What I will say is that our officers are resilient.
The police union claims its members worked nearly 2 million hours of overtime last year. That's 4 times the normal average. The Democrats who control the House and Senate in Virginia are throwing cold water on proposals pushed Monday by Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin in his State of the Commonwealth address, including the call for tax relief.
By extending the standard deduction, removing taxes on tips, and providing relief of the most hated tax in America, car tax.
Scott gave a measured response.
Right now they will be able to. We're going to save that from waste moving forward.
Democrats also shot down vouchers for private schools, something Youngkin has pushed for since he took office. The former D.C. appointment of Donald Trump
as part of a years-long scheme in which she extorted money from low-income people. Truss's application for public assistance programs, even though she was supposed to be doing that for free. Once she realized police were onto her, she enlisted the help of an accomplice, Jessica Moya, who did not work for the D.C. government, to help her keep the extortion scheme going. Navarre gave Moya the information she needed to create online accounts and submit applications for health care coverage on behalf of the people they extorted. Navarre then told applicants to pay Moya, and the two would split the money. Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
The newest leader of the Montgomery County Council is not ruling out legislation on attainable housing this year.
President Kate Stewart insists currently the council has approved legislation referring to voting on housing. She expects some legislation this year after the U.S. But Stewart says any legislation, including plans to allow multi-family homes in single-family neighborhoods, would have to go through the standard council process, including public hearings. Barb, WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Dow futures up 106 points, NASDAQ futures up 55. In sports, NFL wildcard weekend ends with the LA Rams crushing the Vikings in Glendale, Arizona, 27-9. Cowboys set to become Deion Sanders as a possible replacement. College hoops, the Maryland Men's beat Minnesota, and the Wizards fall to Minnesota in the NBA, 120-106. Up next, traffic and weather. Then back to O'Connor and Company on WMAL.
The inauguration of Donald J. Trump. Exclusive coverage live from Capitol Hill.
25 miles per hour, adding an extra chill to the air. We've got a secondary cold front sliding in tonight that could bring us a brief snow shower. No accumulation expected, and the cold weather is here with us for the next few days. President's meteorologist, I think
Right now it is 25 at Falls Church, 24 in Kensington, 28 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
5.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
8:06, O'Connor and Company. It's the fourth hour of 4 hours. That's right, we start at 5 a.m. I'm not going to judge you for not being awake with us at that time, but I am going to judge you if you don't subscribe to the podcast and download it. Be able to get up all the stuff we talk about. It's time also pay. You can listen all through the day. You can catch up on our interviews and our witty repartee. That's what the kids are calling it now. It's like Jen Rubin and Armisen.
just exactly the same.
They're, you can never pretend to be close to their wits or their repertoire. That's really good. Like, I'm Larry O'Connor. You're joining us right now with Rob Sweetman, Navy SEAL in town. And you brought some friends, Rob, here to support Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Are you guys down on the wall right now, like outside the Senate building?
We got to pull into the scale house.
In 1,000 feet, take the ramp to I-70 East.
Look at his military record. They just did a review. I think it was published, and they said that his military record. Now, that is a pretty big deal. We have a
for Tim, and in the studio, the Frederick County Fire Chief Director, Division of Fire and Rescue's Tom Coe joins us. Good morning, sir. How are you? Great. How are you doing? You know what? Every day's a holiday. Every meal's a banquet. That's right. Yeah. Tell people a little bit about yourself. If they're not familiar, you're one of those, unfortunately, and good maybe fortunately, you're one of those people who do their job, and unless something really bad happens, we don't really hear from you a whole lot. Yeah, so I've been with the Frederick County Division of Fire and Rescue Services for 24 and a half years. I'm a fourth generation firefighter.
Take the ramp to I-70 East, then merge onto I-70 East.
Frederick County working within the fire service, moving up through the ranks, and have served as the fire chief since mid-2019. And you started off as a volunteer, and started my fire service career as a volunteer in Truckin County, and we went through volunteer fire companies. That's where my dad started. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, started Frederick County with Class 4 in July of 2000, and it's been a blast ever since. Now, I know obviously it's in your blood, it's in your family, but what made that decision for you to follow that career path as a young man? Well, I really think it's just as you said, I grew up around it, so I'd wake up in the middle of the night and hear the fire siren blowing in the town I grew up in, and hear my dad rush out the door, and was really eager.
Still got about an hour ride till we get back there.
And follow him out the door to see where he was going. And, just the ability to help your neighbor out in their best time of critical need has just always been an honor for me to serve. Yeah, and we're glad you're here. And obviously, one of the things that is gripping the country and top of the news is what's going on in California. Can you kind of describe for us? I mean, I know you're not there, but as a firefighter, as the Frederick County Fire Chief and Director of Division of Fire and Rescue Services, can you kind of give us an eye or kind of let us know what the men and women are going through that are actually trying to put that fire out? But it's really a real struggle. These folks in California really have their hands full. But these fires, and there are multiple fires out in California right now, started 7 days ago, and they've really been fueled by those Santa Ana winds that have been driving that fire across over 41,000 acres. The fires consumed almost 13,000 buildings, and I think one of the things that's hard for us to fathom in Frederick County is just the pure size of it. But there's 300,000 folks in California that currently are under an evacuation order, and that's greater than the population of Frederick County, so it would be like trying to relocate the entire population of Frederick County. But beyond the size of the wind-driven fire, they're really struggling to get water to the firefighters, and it's not abnormal in the rural setting. It's something that we're usually dealing with on a smaller scale, but those folks in California really have their hands full. Yeah, and I'm not going to ask you to get political. I don't want you to get political, but I mean, we've heard that the fire hydrants, some of those have been empty, and we hear about the fact that, money has been taken away from the fire services and committed elsewhere. As a firefighter, when you hear that, what goes through your mind, and does Frederick County do a good job with providing you the resources that you need? Yeah, well, so specific to the California conversations with lack of water and funding, it just kind of makes me cringe that those conversations happen while the dedicated men and women of the fire service are out there trying to save lives and get this fire contained. We are incredibly fortunate here in Frederick County that our fire service staff tremendous support with from our county executive and the county council. And, our needs, when we bring them forward, have always been met to provide the best service we can to the citizens. We're always from the NFL playoffs Monday night, 27-9. It was a 24-3 lead at the half. Sam Darnold was sacked 9 times in this game, tying a playoff record. Matthew Stafford with 2 touchdown passes in the first half. The Rams advanced to play at Philadelphia Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Coach Mike McCarthy will not be back with Dallas. His contract is expiring, and they did not agree on a new deal. The NBA's late game went to San Antonio. It was tied at the Lakers going into the fourth quarter. Spurs won at 126-102. The Clippers won at home over Miami, 109-98. Both LA teams were resuming their schedules after the fires that started last week in Los Angeles. Detroit got 36 points from Cade Cunningham in a win at New York. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards with 41 in a win at Washington. And Houston, Jalen Green, 42 points in the edge of Memphis. 9:30, traffic from surrounding counties.
We have now 1 but 2 accidents on 70 eastbound in the Myersville area by Route 17. One of them is taking out your left lane. You're going to see some slowing as you're making your way down south now. Beyond that, now we're counting the wreck is on 70 eastbound just after 94, and then you're hitting the brakes as you're going by 40. Some stop and go activity north and southbound on 15 as you're going through Frederick, but that's normal volume delays. You're under speed slightly 270 southbound from Baker Valley Road and through Hyattstown, and from Germantown on and off to 495. Jammed up 15 southbound right before Lockett's Road to Harper's Ferry. 70 eastbound in between 280. This is brought to you by Frederick Air and Bryant. Whatever it takes to keep you comfortable, Frederick Air is a good call.
The 9:37 sky-scan forecast for Frederick and surrounding counties. For this morning, it's sunny with scattered flurries, high of 29, 26-mile-an-hour west wind gusts. Tonight it's mostly clear with scattered flurries, low of 18, 28-mile-an-hour west wind gusts. On Wednesday, it's mostly sunny with a high of 30, 32-mile-an-hour northwest wind gusts. PJ's Roofing. When it comes to your roof, they've got you covered. Visit pjsroofing.com. I'm Daniel Clark.
And right now, 22. It depends on where you are. Could be a little bit warmer, could be a little bit cooler. Good morning, Ryan and John. I'm Braddock Heights. Thank you for being part of the Morning News Express. We've got more with the Frederick County Fire Chief, Director of the Division of Fire and Rescue. His name's Tom Cole. We'll do that next on the Morning News Express on WFMD. Travis, there doesn't seem to be any mass mobilization that's occurring against Trump. The left is being damn weak, I think, right now. I'll be honest with you. I've never felt like the left was just so deflated and just, it's like they got nothing. I don't know. Who's the leader? What's the narrative? What is the story? That's not really Travis. What's Sexton Show?
Look like we got another wreck down here somewhere.
This is the like to certain companies. You know, you go through and make sure that nothing is sort of dangerous.
No sharp edges.
Yeah, you cover the outlets and that kind of stuff. And she has not been invited, so she will not be able to do this. It is just yet another example of the pettiness of Kamala Harris. You saw after the Carter funeral, Kamala Harris's office issued a picture the funeral itself, and they took it from she picked a photo that cut Trump's out.
Yeah.
So it showed all the former presidents and people behind them. So behind them. So, I mean, it's, again, just, it's a petty, silly, uncharitable, bullyish type of thing to do.
Yeah. And Shiv Vance, as you mentioned, the second lady, they have 3 kids.
Yes,
And Maribel, they're all under the age of 8. And, you know, that's gonna, if you were moving into a new home with 3 children under the age of 8 and all the other stuff that's going on in your life right now.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
You would love to be able to get into that house a little bit, plan things out. What are the rooms like? Which room is going to be best for this kid or that kid? What can we do? And the stairs and all of the things that you want to look out for.
Thankfully, living in the Del Rey section of Alexandria, Virginia, has prepared the Vances for this sort of petty, silly behavior because they weren't able to agree.
what it's true, and actually what the band says should do is say, listen, we know you hate us living here. You know you've been protesting since we moved into Delray. Kamala Harris is wanting us to have to stay a little while longer. Just so you know. So we're going to be here for a while now because of you. That's not true. They will move in right away. Also, this is my favorite part of this article. People close to Harris say she was never afforded an opportunity to visit home before she was sworn in. Of course, she took over during the pandemic, during the COVID pandemic, number one. But also advisors to Vice President Mike Pence, they say that's not true. They said that he quietly gave Harris and Epcot a chance to visit in the waning days of the Trump administration. The invitation came discreetly, and no formal sit-down happened, but Harris...
because it was COVID.
Right. And actually, if I remember right, she ordered an immediate renovation of the Naval Observatory. Remember, for the first couple of months of the administration, she was living in the White House in the Blair House. That's right. Well, there was no need for her to go in because there was an immediate renovation.
Also, she has no kids.
She has no kids.
Yeah, so she doesn't understand about child-proofing a house.
And she's an awful thing. And you know what else? She's not going to be president of the United States. She can join Hillary in that club. Managing a rental property can be tough. I know that I used to rent my own home. It caused me a lot of headaches. Tenants can be problematic. They always want to come in and show the place before the meeting starts. Anyway, Sheila Scholl, know that they can help that when you want to rent a place. They've seen it all. Sheila is on the forefront of the rules and regulations, all the local jurisdictions here. Trust me.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
Figured out the laws pertaining to renting a place in Maryland or Virginia or DC. Don't try to do this on your you watch Sheila Scholl and Renters Warehouse. See, they have the experience of finding the right tenant, of the rent, legal inspections, maintenance, coordination, with my phone calls, you checks, making renting your home easy. Warehouse DC on your side. If you have a portfolio of homes that or you're recently inherited or you're moving out of the area and you find out how much your property or rent for, feel free to call analysis 5715-17-1525, 5715-17-1525, or visit livingdc.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job searching every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
That's FVC Bank's online banking leverages customer data to provide critical financial insights for business owners. Find out how at fvcbank.com. That's fvcbank.com.
Need Sinex sealing from Vicks.
Sinex sealing nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex.
Sinex saline instantly clears every congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies. With a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
And half life, take exit 80 from Maryland 32 South, Fort Clarksville.
Sinex. Breathe. Let's start it.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from big wireless. Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network, and better customer service. You pay half the price for the exact same thing.
Take exit 80, then take the Maryland 32 South ramp.
$35 a month. This switch is about how to quickly see the same word, same down, and an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, get tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about reliability of an uneven
Take the Maryland 32 South ramp.
quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. At structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. Your job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. License at DC Maryland, Virginia, NHIC 140530.
He's a senior editor at large at Brandon News. He lives in LA.
WRAL FM, Woodbridge, Washington, Cumulus Media Station.
Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into alleged
to popular tax relief at 2 a.m. The governor had never seen what it actually found just what he was looking for. Popular tax relief means on income and that's the way I'm going to take Wesley's advice. If you're consultation, going on 1755. Decorate the rooms you love. Styles for everyone. And prices you can afford. Find the furniture you need. The fashions you want. And make every day beautiful. And Marvel Furniture. Here's largest showroom under wardrobe since 1955.
Everybody out traffic from Virginia with the need our completing traffic center.
Annandale crash cleanup continues on Gallows Road, just inside the Beltway at Hemlock Drive and this chance Gallows Road in each direction. Centerville, let me give you a public service announcement. Save yourself some time. Avoid eastbound Ordway Road. That is jammed to the crash at 28 Centerville Road, heading toward Compton's Corner. Crash on Route 7 is just inside the Beltway, and that's slowing 7 in each direction. A lot of heavy Beltway delays. The outer loop were jammed out of Bethesda to the crash reported between River Road and the American Legion Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormline 7 forecast. We are going to see sunshine through the morning hours. Temperatures, though, not climbing all that much. We're only going to get into the mid to upper 30s for daytime highs today. We will see increasing clouds heading into the late afternoon and evening hours. There is a chance for a brief snow shower or a few flurries. Little snow accumulation expected. Cold and windy tomorrow. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it is 26 in Burke, 23 in Poolesville, 28 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now, 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:36. It's O'Connor and Company. Thanks for tuning in here. 30 minutes from now, Chris Plant is going to take over. He's going to have plenty to say, but we, Julie Gunlock and I still have plenty to say as well, Julie.
We do.
Here in your nation's capital. Just so you know, we're tracking today's confirmation hearings that really begin in earnest today, and they'll track all through the week. We're also tracking the inauguration events on Monday, because it's going to be kind of busy around here. And we're going to be broadcasting live, by the way, from downtown, right off Capitol Hill, brought to you by the Young America's Foundation on Inauguration Day. That should be fun. And as we're focused so much on what's going on here in Washington, D.C., we still can't take our eyes off of our brothers and sisters in the state of California, specifically in Los Angeles. And in some cases, it truly is my family I'm talking about. And I consider our next guest family. Joel Pollack is the senior editor-at-large at Breitbart News. Meredith and I have always said whoever was with us the day Andrew Breitbart died will always be our family. And Joel, we were watching with great heartache as you were showing us exactly what was going on in your neighborhood in Pacific Palisades, and we were terrified for you. Let's cut to the chase, though. I've already told people that, John Kahn lost his home, part of our family there. But you, thankfully, your home was spared. God bless you, and thank you for joining us today to tell us your story.
Hey, Larry. Well, our home was, in fact, spared, and that's thanks to a number of factors, including the fact that some of my neighbors appear to have put out the fire at my fence. We still don't know who it was, but when I was able to get in there, as I was reporting on the fires, I checked on my own property, and I found the garden hose that's normally in my front yard stretched across the lawn and the driveway to reach my backyard, and it ended at my backyard fence. It had melted. Tells me that somebody had stood there and once the flames frozen, they had water pressure. I still don't know who it was, but when I got there, the other part of the fence was burning. And so I grabbed a bucket and found whatever water I could. There was no water in the pipes, but there was water in the gutter because, unfortunately, the homes further up the hill had been burnt down. And when that happens, often the pipes are exposed and broken, and they simply gush water into the street. So I picked up a bucket, dipped it into the gutter, and started putting out the fires on my fence, my neighbor's tree. A couple of guys showed up in a pickup truck who I didn't know. They jumped out, said, "Can we help?" And we grabbed a couple more buckets, and we just formed an assembly line, and we put out the fire. And then, a couple of days ago, we took John Kahn in to help with coverage, and of course he wanted to see his own home, but before he did, he stopped at my home, and he noticed smoke 2 houses over, because Palisades are still burning. It's not the blaze it was a week ago, but there are still fires everywhere. Yesterday afternoon, I was in the upper part of the Palisades, and there was a home on fire. These fires are still going, and John Kahn noticed smoke, and we looked over at where it was coming from, and there was a wooden staircase from one of my neighbor's yards down into a small canyon, and it was on fire, and it was on my street that I survived, could have burned down, and John Kahn not seeing it. So Palisades is an incredible neighborhood of people who help other people, and you mentioned Andrew Breitbart, and I really did think about Andrew in a couple of ways. One, of course, he loved first responders, firefighters. It's crazy, Larry, because you know that if you use the word Breitbart often in Washington, D.C., you get excluded from things.
Yes.
But when you show up at a fire and the police and the firefighters hear that you're working for Breitbart, they just wade right through. But Andrew always said, walk towards the fire. And I guess we did in a literal sense.
I'm thinking about him too because I remember Joel in the final couple of years of his life, even back then in 2011, 2012, people from around the country would say, "Andrew, why do you still live in LA? Why do you still live in California?" That was before things got even as bad as it is now under Gavin Newsom. And he said, "No, this is where the fight is. I love this place. This is where my home is, and I want to protect my home." So I appreciate you doing that. Not just in the literal fire that you've had to deal with, but also with the political fire you actually wants to jump in there.
Yeah, Joel, tell us about your home itself. You said yours survived, but a lot of your neighbors' houses have burned down. Are you going to be able to move back into your house, or what's the situation there?
We can't move in for several months, probably, and maybe not even after that. First of all, there are a lot of fires still burning, as I said. Secondly, there is smoke everywhere, and especially in my house. When I've been able to get into the house, it's the first day of the fire. Yeah. My wife and her great wisdom closed all the windows before we evacuated. And we didn't know that our house was going to be so close to the fire, but we thought it might happen. So she closed all the windows. But the wind was so fierce that it blew smoke in through cracks in the doors, windows, ventilation, whatever. And the side of my house was scorched by the fire on the fence that I put out. So there was a lot of smoke damage. I've been able to get some essential items out of the house, like literally dinner for the kids and things like that, and everything smells like smoke, and I have to wash it, and some things may be unusable after this. But aside from that, there are demolition that needs to be done, and that's going to not only produce some hazardous waste that is going to be cleaned up by specialized teams. Another question for me, really, as a parent, I have 4 kids, and my kids love, this is a small town neighborhood in the middle of LA, where you could let your kids walk on the street without worrying about anything except drivers. There's no, for their safety, you could send your kids to the neighbor's house, and the doors were open in the afternoons for the neighborhood kids to come over and play. And how do I bring my kids back to a neighborhood where all of their friends are gone? And my friends, my children are dying from it, but I don't think they realize exactly what that means. The only house standing on the corner. My son's class had a Zoom meeting, returned to Zoom school for a few days. They're going back to in-person learning at an all-different types tomorrow. But we had a Zoom meeting on the weekend, and of the 23 kids in his class at Lanham Public School, of the 23 kids in his class, only 2 still have phones. So how do you take your kids back to a community that's been so disrupted? So it's very, very hard.
We got to leave it there. Sadly, Joel, there's so much more to discuss, and we want to have you back as the fires continue. The fallout continues. I know you're covering that, and everyone should follow what Joel's been doing. Next, social media have it also, obviously, over Breitbart News, his dispatches, and they're actually very clear-headed about the reality of the politics on the ground, the back governance all around, and through a lot of the sort of distortions and knee-jerk hyperbole you hear from both sides of the political equation. Police are reporting, as usual, from the control public. Thank you for joining us, Matt, and get the hug from here. It's 8:44.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time high, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers out of control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not a complete or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit companies will probably not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of pain. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief. The cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you can qualify for, so don't wait. For this great information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608.
It's 8:45. WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the Pines. Here's Jimmy Whitten in the Deep Everything Traffic Center.
We all busy. 270, hang on, we have a new crash causing extra delays. Southbound 270, south of 27. So do watch in that area. Ridge Road is going to be the right lane is blocked as you come past Germantown Road as well. So after the scoop is there, and then we're jammed onto the 270 spur to join the outer loop. The crash was before the American Legion Bridge in the right lane. That jams up River Road each direction to merge onto the Beltway. The Beltway out of Bethesda slows each direction. New crash slows into Silver Spring outer loop. This will be within the backups. Outer loop after Colesville Road. We're slow from 95 to 70. And the George Washington Parkway south of 123. Really heavy delays going to get down to all of your exits to the bridges into town, including the 14th Street Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com to WMAL to watch the freezing temperatures out there this morning. Watch out for some slick spots. We are going to see sunshine through the morning hours. Temperatures though not climbing all that much. We're going to get into the mid to upper 30s for daytime highs today. It's a lot colder than yesterday. Also, those northwesterly winds will make the chills in the teens and 20s. We will see increasing clouds heading into the late afternoon and evening hours. There is a chance for a brief snow shower or a few flurries. Little snow accumulation expected. Cold and windy tomorrow. That's what I think you're outside the
Right now, 27 degrees at 8:47.
Traffic with our news brought to you by Douglas & Son Services. Go to DouglasandSonServices.com.
Services for all your plumbing, gas, heating, and air conditioning needs. Serving D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. If your heater is old and you're feeling super cold, call Douglas & Son.
Hey, it's Larry for the feed store. It's a new year, and even though the holiday giving season is over, it's always a good time to give your loved ones the gift of pain relief. Do you have friends or family who complain of lower back, leg, and foot pain, or are tired of buying shoes because nothing's comfortable anymore? Share my story of how a few years ago I started training for a half marathon, and I noticed I had foot pain. Now forget about training for a half marathon. I couldn't even walk around the block without pain. But I went to the Good Feet store. I got a free fitting. I got a test walk. They fit me with their fantastic support system. And then I was back on my feet, and right now I'm training for a full marathon. For the occasion, gift cards are available at the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store has locations across Greater D.C., Baltimore, and now open in Fredericksburg. Visit goodfeet.com to book an appointment today, or just stop by. Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Start the new year on a better foot. Visit the Good Feet feeling today.
Don't hear the radio or the audience. They don't be afraid. Be scared. I'm not going to do that. Relief Advocates is that if you owe money to the IRS, $50,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. Doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, now. 575-49.
54. Tax relief advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Fletcher Home. Looking to upgrade your outdated tub or shower? In just a few days' time, Fletcher Home can install a new user bath system that feels exactly like one. It's easy to clean. Fletcher Home today. Ask for the Chris Special to receive 50% off the installation of your new shower. FletcherHome.com. That's FletcherHome.com.
WFEL, making sense of the border, because laws either matter or they don't. Download the WFEL app to stream us for free.
This is often exploitation or possibly a fascinating educational insight into a known and very misunderstood sort of okay, it's the former, not the very it is exploitation. TLC has announced a brand new reality show. It is focused completely on Tourette syndrome. With Tourette syndrome, specifically this young lady, she's 21 years old, she's Galen, and she gained fame on TikTok by putting up videos that show her Tourette syndrome. Although I have to say, a lot of people think that she's fake, and it's not a real
that
thing.
includes me.
All right, listen.
My name is Galen. I'm 21 years old and have Tourette's.
Which is weird that she pops into a British accent. And there was a theory that was written, or I think it was in Slate, or it was many years ago, that did this whole thing about how suddenly all of these preteen, mostly girls, are showing signs of Tourette's syndrome. And they're on Instagram and they're on Tumblr and all this stuff.
Sort of like cutting your breasts off. It's
Exactly.
social contagion.
And one of the reasons why people thought that it was all, social contagion and these young, 16, 15, 14-year-old girls don't really have Tourette syndrome is because they would adopt the British accent.
Yeah.
And it was because they were influenced by an actual British young woman who had Tourette syndrome. And so that's why it's like, this is really happening here. And you're right, the connection to transgender individuals.
Yeah, I've seen videos from this girl before she had her own television on TLC.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-95 South.
But it's inappropriate.
Your life, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. There are a lot of parents out there who don't let their kids phone use. What grants that? In America. Yeah, that's got all sorts of rules. If you don't follow the setup it might build up with doctors distancing and tech guidelines together. That means including children's voices in those conversations. That gives them a major feel of learning using technology. So think about these questions. When should we put away our phones at home? How can we help each other stay off our phones during family time? And what system should we use to reduce our phone use? And when someone makes an exception to the rule, here's what they should do. Hopefully expose themselves willfully, rather than simply doing them or distract education. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life. Whether you're catering in your carefully big market, well, if you raise your hands, you know Harbor Freight. You can become knowing that at Harbor Freight, get quality tools, business, customers encourage you to, because the only thing we're satisfying in a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Well, millions of Americans use knives to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open surgery. So and she's on 5 different medications. It adds up to be a bit of fun. And the pharmacist goes so tight. She said, well, I have to save me a lot of money. Save me that extra $200-300 a month. I will do keep all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our minds.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Hey, it's Larry. I know that selling a home in today's market is tough. I also know that 49% of homes don't sell with their first agent. My friends, Debbie, Sarah Reynolds, Your Home is Home with Keller Williams. They specialize in selling homes that didn't sell the first time. Their clients, Will and Jennifer, had their home on the market for over a year with 2 different agents and no showings. Even one. Debbie and Sarah got their home sold fast and for top dollar. The big reason for their success
There's a
is their
slowdown
list of
ahead.
over 16,700 pre-qualified buyers. This gets you more money in less time with less hassle. If your home doesn't sell, Debbie and Sarah will buy it at a price agreeable to you. That's their guarantee. To guarantee your home will sell, call Reynolds and Power Home Team now. 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD. Or visit DebbieHasTheBuyers.com. That's DebbieHasTheBuyers.com.
Now, WMAL 24 weather every 10 minutes. First public vibes. Jimmy Whitman and Kate Property Traffic Center.
All right, everyone take it easy. Really, everywhere I look, accidents keep popping up. George Washington Parkway, we had slowdown south of 123, a lot of volume. Now we have a crash south of the Key Bridge. That's going to be within the delay. Northbound jam to get you past the Spout Run Parkway. Gallows Road, 3-car crash inside the Beltway at Hemlock. Slowing us in each direction. Beltway crash out of loop between River Road and the American Legion Bridge, giving us delays on 270 and out of Bethesda. But better news, good news on 270, the crash southbound at Montgomery Village Avenue. That has been cleared to the shoulder. Lanes open. Now from garage door repair.com to WMAL Stormwind 7 forecast. Our Repair has returned. We're going to see temperatures in the 30s today through Thursday, and we're also going to be dealing with some freezing conditions, so definitely be wind and chill. Wind chills today in the teens and 20s. We do have a slight chance for a snow shower heading into the evening hours with a local dusting in some spots, especially south of DC. We'll see clear skies overnight with lows in the 20s. Tomorrow, windy, wind chills in single digits and teens. We'll see moderating temperatures in the 40s by Friday and Saturday. I'm 7 news meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
27 degrees and 57.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firms for deep discounts and deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Take up to 60% off select mattresses and more. Plus, get free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Shop today for free and fast delivery. Restrictions apply.
If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, write this number down or put it into your phone. 800-404-5055. The IRS is hiring more staff and cracking down. Call tax relief helpers now. Learn about our tax debt reduction programs and how to set up the collection efforts. If you're facing liens, levies, an audit, wage garnishment, or have years of unpaid taxes, even if you're already in a payment plan, we can help. Through special IRS programs, you may qualify to have your tax debt settled for a fraction of what you owe. Tax Relief Helpers has helped thousands of taxpayers qualify for these generous relief programs, earning an A rating from the Better Business Bureau. No matter what amount you or your business owe to the IRS, call our Tax Relief Hotline now for a free consultation and see what savings you may qualify for. Don't tackle the IRS on your own, and don't risk having your wages, Social Security, even your pension seized. Call now. Call 800-404-5055. That's 800-404-5055. 800-404-5055.
Weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At hers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing for Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
That's a wrap. Julie, good luck. We'll talk tomorrow. We'll be watching those hearings going to happen during your show here at Chris Pine. You just spoke with a deep seal and Thomas. We think so. It's perfect.
Got a big group.
Washington, a Cumulus Media station.
Making sense of news.
News Talk 105.9.
News now.
WMAL News at 9. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. The D.C. Police Union's on attack against the city for its failure to recruit more officers, saying the existing officer loads hit a 50-year low, forcing officers to work excessive overtime. Nearly 2 million hours of it in the past year, 4 times the usual average. Chief Pamela Smith concedes staffing is a universal problem, which is one reason she says D.C. is looking for help elsewhere.
We've been leveraging that technology, right? We can recognize that our officers can't be in all places at all times, which is why we have expanded our CCTV coverage across the city, and we've stood up the Real-Time Crime Center to help support with the eyes and ears across our city.
These comments came on a day when 3 officers were shot during a single encounter with a shooter in Northeast. That gunman died. All 3 officers expected to be okay. If you're headed downtown ahead of the inauguration Monday, be prepared for big crowds and tight security.
About 25,000 law enforcement and military personnel are going to be on site. A spokesperson with the FBI Washington field office says that the agency is not tracking any credible or specific threats associated with the inauguration right now, but
That threat of the lone actor remains the biggest justification for us being at this heightened state of alert.
more than 30 miles of that anti-scale fencing is going to be used for the inauguration. Police Chief Pam Smith warning you to be prepared for security checkpoints.
News Kelly Lynn. Shots were fired inside a Chipotle on Excelsior Drive in Bowie this week.
Police say it started in the parking lot. The 3 men tried to rob another man. He ran and then was followed inside the Chipotle. That's where a fight broke out when the gun went off. Luckily, no one was hurt. Police say the suspects got away in a stolen black Camaro that had DC tags.
7 News Adam Longo. If you live in Montgomery or Prince George's County, you no longer have an excuse to not do laundry or dishes.
WSSC lifted its essential water use only request on Monday night for all of the nearly 2 million customers in the 2 counties. The utility started asking people to avoid long showers, doing laundry, or other things that use a lot of water as it responded to dozens of water main breaks and leaks, coupled with water production limitations, all brought on by the cold. WSSC says your efforts paid off, and water demand and pressure stabilized, and water storage levels are back to normal, so you can go back to your regular water usage. Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Controversial affordable housing initiative sure to capture the attention of the Montgomery County Council in the new year.
Council members Kristen Mink and Will Dwando have asked for a pause on housing strategies that would change zoning to allow for duplexes and quadplexes to be built next to single-family homes. But the new council president insists there's nothing to pause. Kate Stewart says the council has no legislation at the moment, but needs to consider how to address both availability and affordability of housing.
We are not pausing conversations on that. We will continue that.
Harper Brink, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Moments after Governor Glenn Youngkin delivered his final State of the Commonwealth address filled with a Christmas list of wants for his final year, leaders in the Democratic-controlled House and Senate were quick to shut down many proposals, from eliminating taxes on tips to providing vouchers for students to attend private schools. Senate Democratic leader Louise Lucas.
The governor is not going to take any money from public schools for vouchers for private school. I've heard that tone 3 years in a row now.
Checking your money, the Dow futures are up 141 points, NASDAQ futures up 119. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
The inauguration of Donald J. Trump. Exclusive coverage live from Capitol Hill Monday morning.
We will make America great again.
Sponsored by Young America's Foundation on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from big wireless. Pure Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network. You get better customer service, and you pay half the price for the exact same thing. Get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot for just $35 a month. Make the switch. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Amy Witten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Plenty of beltway delays. Maryland and Virginia continue. The crash outer loop between River Road and the American Legion Bridge now over to the shoulder. We're jammed out of Bethesda and merging off at 270. Southbound 270 after Montgomery Village Avenue. That crash to the shoulder. Late rush hour on DC 295 each direction heading toward the 11th Street Bridge with a solid lineup. Southbound George Washington Parkway after the Key Bridge for accident activity. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
In 600 feet, use the left two lanes to take the I-95 south, I-495 south exit.
In the evening, a passing snow shower flurry as a reinforcing shot of cold air moves in. Tomorrow, equally cold, despite plenty of sun. I'm 7 News meteorologist Brian Vandergraaf in the First Alert Weather Center.
It's 25 in Ashburn, 26 in Riverdale, 28 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
Use the left two lanes to take the I-95 south exit.
President Biden on Wednesday is set to deliver his farewell address from the Oval Office, though I think he already did that during the first debate.
Continue for 1 mile.
Bye.
Aha, his farewell address. It was the first debate when he stumbled through everything, was revealed to be a moron for even those who are not paying attention. Remarkable times we live in, am I wrong? Heck no, I'm not wrong. Well, good Tuesday to you, and welcome back. We continue to be reachable at 888-630-9625. Entirely cost-free. I told you a week ago or so that my best girl and I, we'd moved from one place to another, not very far from where we started. And we have we have our cellular telephones, as you might imagine. And we have what they call a landline telephone. That's a hardwired landline telephone at home. It's actually, they're cordless, at home, but there is a, what is that, an RJ11 phone jack, things like that. Telephone, it's a telephone at home. And you use it to, call the phone company and things like that. And when they put you on hold for 2 hours, stuff like that. We called the other day because we want the phone moved from location A to location B and to keep the phone number right. And during the course of this, we get our fun. You got the, you got your cable television and your Wi-Fi, your internet, and then your landline telephone from the same organization, right? And we're talking to the outfit on the telephone the other day. My best girl had in fact, on speakerphone. And we're talking to the nice people. And I asked, just out of curiosity, what does our monthly telephone cost for, unlimited long distance, 24 hours a day, sweet as you please, right? And the man, the nice man, and he seemed quite capable and competent, well-informed, intelligent, and really did. And he said, well, the company charges for your telephone, charges $5 for the service. The service is $5 a month. And I thought, that's pretty good. He said, but you should know that there's a tax. There's a tax, too. I said, well, a tax on a $5 service, what could it be? And he explained that it was more than $9. The tax on the $5 phone service, more than $9. It was, he gave me the numbers, $9.42 or 51 cents or 49, whatever it was. But it was $9 and change. The tax on a $5 service for my landline telephone, which I use occasionally. But, when you want to use it, hey, there it is. And I knew it wasn't very expensive, but to find that the tax is about, 190%. So, because 100% would be a $5 tax. And so a $9 plus change tax on your $5 a month service, I thought pretty interesting, isn't it? And then scratching my head a little, and I didn't say it to the guy on the phone, but I thought, I guess, somebody's got to pay for those Obama phones, right? Because it's a massive redistribution of wealth because they're commies, and they've got all the guns, and when they really get their way, then they'll really have all the guns. And they, who was the Barack Obama administration guy who bragged that they agreed with Chairman Mao that all power comes from the barrel of a gun, right? That all power comes from the barrel of a gun. And that's the Obama administration, because he was mentored by a communist when he was a teenager too, wasn't he?
In 1,000 feet, merge onto
It was Ron
I-495 South,
Bloom, as any
I-95
school
South.
child can tell you, in the Obama-Biden administration that said this.
We know this is largely about power, that it's an adults-only, no-limit game. We kind of agree with Mao that political power comes largely from the barrel of a gun.
It's all about power, and they agree with Mao. Human history's #1 mass murderer of humanity and enslaved more people than even the Democrats, which is difficult. Martin stuff, Ron Bloom. Loved Chairman Mao.
I-495 South for 3 miles.
Remember in the Biden White House also loved Chairman Mao. They love Chairman Mao, don't they?
Two of my favorite political philosophers, Mao Zedong and Mother Teresa.
She was only kidding about the Mother Teresa part. That's what made it funny. See, the Chairman Mao thing. They love, it's Hitler was like the Red Cross compared to Chairman Mao and the Maoist Chinese communists. But never mind that. Oh, speaking of which, you see that today, was it Michael? They've got Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood will be performing. She's a songstress. Will be performing at the inauguration. And what were they saying on Al Gore's Amazing Internet? That she was, what was the first part of her? She played Maria von Trapp in The Sound of Music, And now, it's ironic that she's performing for Hitler, because that's the Democrats. And then they killed 1 million babies because and chanted from the river to the sea and get the Jews off campus. Oh, they call people Nazis. Kind of funny. The left is here. They're not liberals, are they? No, they're not. And we continue to be at 888-630-9625. Now, let me say, it's Tuesday, and now it's 6 days until Inauguration Day. 6 days until Inauguration Day. And the city is preparing. My best girl and I, we went down to the U.S. Capitol on, when did we do that, Mike? It was Sunday. We drove down to the Capitol, to the mall, and then we made our way to the Capitol, and we parked close to the Capitol and went for a hike, about a little walk, and the reflecting pool on the west front of the Capitol is frozen solid, and people are out there walking around on it and stuff. It was kind of fun. And the west front of the Capitol building itself is set up and decorated for the inauguration, and the American flag bunting, because it's not the Democrats. They'd have Mexican flag and Palestinian flags because they're not on our side. If there are any American flags, they'd be burning. They'd be burning because the Democrats, you know how they are. So we've got that going. And we've got, who else? Kid Rock. Kid Rock is going to be there. He's a songster himself. Carrie Underwood. Ways to attack her. And they love Hitler. God, they love Hitler. And his Socialist Workers Party. Isn't Senator Bernie Sanders a member of a Socialist Workers Party? Because they love that whole Socialist Workers thing. They talk about all of us, they call us workers. Isn't that amazing? Hey, the workers are coming, and there's a traffic jam of workers coming into Washington. Amazing times right. So we got that. Kid Rock performing at Donald Trump's inauguration celebration, the New York Post headline. And the New York Post, Carrie Underwood to perform America the Beautiful. Democrats would never ask for that song to be performed. They don't think America is beautiful. They don't like America. They're not on our side. They're not the good guys. We are the good guys. That's an amazing thing. And the city's subway system, subway and bus system, the they call it smart trip cards. It's like a plastic card that you swipe when you're getting on the bus or when you're getting on the subway, right? And Metro has a commemorative smart trip card for Trump's second inauguration. And interestingly, the first inauguration, they did not have a smart trip card, for your metro use, for your buses and your subway trains. But this time they do. I wonder what that's about. Kind of peculiar. And they're kind of good. I'm going to see if I can get one. You can buy in certain places. My business girl and I, we each have a couple of metro cards, and I'm like, oh yeah, you ride the metro. We do sometimes. Actually, this is. We're more likely to ride the bus, and we do from time to time. I'm not saying all the time, but several times a year, multiple times a year, we'll go out and drink, start home, you hop on the bus, and you can go place on the bus. And sometimes better than driving and parking because it's DC and all of that stuff. But it's fun. The Metro Smart Trip for Trump's second inauguration, a little bit of a collector's item. And you can put a lot of money on it. You can put $1 million on it, I think. Never put $1 million on it, but we'll see. Maybe Jeff Bezos has. He might have a Metro card with $1 million on it. To him, it's like, what does he care? We got that. Also, overnight, Jack Smith, the fake special counsel, the corrupt left-wing radical Democrat Party frontman abusing the Justice Department and the FBI. Jack Smith, he released, and I guess right at about midnight, released his report. It's currently half of his report, laying out his evidence against President Trump. And he said that there was sufficient evidence for a conviction over election tampering. And that's Jack Smith tampering in our politics. And he should be convicted, honestly. And I got to tell you, Jack Smith, old hound dog that he is, he should be set loose on our intelligence community people like John Brennan, who is another Communist Party voter. He voted for the Communist Party candidate Gus Hall for the presidency of the United States, and he should be known as a communist for the rest of his life. In fact, he is, and that's why Barack Obama made him CIA director, because he said, hey, fellow traveler, you got a penitentiary face. I know you'll do everything you can to damage the United States of America. Why don't I give you a senior position in my administration, the theoretical head of the intelligence community and the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. And then he tampered in our election with that felonious 51, which was actually started by Antony Blinken. And it's not Anthony, it's Antony. And Antony Blinken, who is going to be leaving soon, you think he's going to get a job with George Soros? I think he might get a Soros job, our Secretary of State. He's been such a great Secretary of State that we've got war all over the place and wide open borders and gangs all over the United States, from Venezuela and Mexico, and cartel members and killers and drug traffickers, child sex traffickers. So we've got that. Yeah, but Jack Smith released a portion, half of his total report, because he wants to save something, hold it in reserve to unleash it later, when it can cause the most political damage on behalf of the Democrat Party, of course, because he's a left-wing political activist hack, and that's why he was made the special prosecutor, the special counsel. And he insists that his evidence is sufficient to convict Trump. And that's kind of, why did it take 4 years? You people pull your heads out of your rectums and start acting like adults living in Western civilization, and maybe these things won't all take years and years and years. Hey, a half a decade's gone by, Jack. Have you come up with anything yet? Oh, my report will be out soon. Yeah, you're canned. You're fired. You're out of here. But he said, as all prosecutors do when they come out, and they usually they have a press conference, don't just release a report. They pound the lectern and say, we will get a conviction, and then sometimes they do. But that's there's no rebuttal. There is a bit of a rebuttal, and I've got that for you too. President Trump posted something calling Jack Smith a couple of choice names and things like that. He's got new pronouns, I think, is what's going on. And here's the radical left-wing Politico people, their headline. Biden had 2 speeches yesterday, which is big for him. It was one at the State Department, where he took credit. Joe Biden took credit for NATO countries paying their fair share. Remember, they vilified President Trump and say he was going to destroy NATO and disband NATO, and then NATO wouldn't exist after Trump, because President Trump said maybe you guys should live up to the agreement that you signed with the United States and the other NATO countries to pay 2% of your GDP. And the Democrats screamed at him and said he's going to ruin NATO. And all the media people, because they're filthy Democrats, 98% of them. And now Joe Biden came out yesterday and said, hey, when I took office, not all NATO countries were paying their fair share. They love this fair share. They're so full of hooey. And he said, and now, like, 20 something are paying their 2% that they agreed to pay, which is what President Trump was telling them to do. So President Trump pressured them. They came through, and Joe Biden's taking credit for it, even though he condemned President Trump for, putting the squeeze on NATO a little bit to make them pay their fair share. They love you to pay your fair share, not themselves, not their billionaire donor friends, not Hunter Biden, God knows. But anyway, $1.5 million in back taxes, that's not a problem, I've got to say. Pretty remarkable stuff, the Democrats. So we got a bit of that. Did you see that Kamala posted a photograph of herself at the Jimmy Carter funeral at the National Cathedral, and there's Joe Biden, and there's her husband, Slugger Emhoff. That's his code name, Slug. And there's Bill Clinton, Hillary, you can't see Hillary in this picture. And there's, let's see, hey, where's Donald Trump? There's Barack Obama. There's Al Gore. He's fixing the weather.
Take exit 23 for Maryland 201
looks like he's getting his chakra released based on the look on his face. That looks like a released chakra, doesn't it? Okay, but if they cropped out President Trump and Melania Trump, they cropped them out of the photo.
Take exit 23.
Because, un fascista is good fascista. What's the matter with it? Just see that Kamala Harris has not invited Senator James Vance's wife
use the
over
right
the
lane to take the
Vice
Kenilworth
President's
Avenue, Maryland 201 southbound to Maryland 193,
for generations. But Kamala's a bitter hag, and she hasn't invited the incoming Vice President and wife. They got little kids, too. Got to check for child safety features and stuff. But they haven't invited them over because they're very bitter.
Use the right lane to take the Kenilworth Avenue ramp, then merge onto Maryland 201 south.
Donald Trump, and that Kamala could have beaten him too, apparently in a parallel universe where his brain resides. We're at 888-630-9625.
Merge onto Maryland 201 south, Kenilworth Avenue, then take the exit toward Maryland 193.
The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Traffic is brought to you by Jiffy Lube.
Take the exit toward Maryland 193, then use the left 3 lanes to turn slightly left.
Out a little bit to Silver Spring and then jammed out of Bethesda and off the 270 spur. Crash after the road sends to the shoulder. In the Tacoma parking area, Sligo Creek Parkway is shut down each direction between Flower Avenue and Heather Avenue. That's due to a water main break and icy conditions there. Southbound Pennsylvania Avenue outside the Beltway at Dower House Road.
Use the left 3 lanes to turn slightly left toward Greenbelt Road. Then use any lane to turn left onto Greenbelt
Crazy
Road.
clouds this afternoon with flurries or a snow shower possible, a high of 32. Scattered flurries tonight, gradual clearing, low 19.
Jiffy Lube. Trained technicians you can trust to use your vehicle's manufacturer recommendations for oil changes, brakes, wipers, lights, and more, saving you time and money. No appointment needed. Visit JiffyLubeDC.com.
At the light, use any lane to turn left onto Greenbelt Road. Continue on Greenbelt Road for 1.5 miles.
1877 cars for kids. ARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 cars for kids. ARS cars for kids. 1877 cars.
Down here near the NASA, got it completely built now.
Homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax benefits is different. GRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,500 reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4954. That's 800-575-4954. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Hanover Parkway.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. HERS is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. Like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and
Turn right onto Hanover Parkway.
at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through HERS. The same active ingredient as the main
Continue
drug
on
at
Hanover Parkway for
91%
half a
less.
mile.
There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
The air volume is the best-selling air tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS. That's new NORDIC, USA.com or CVS.
Travis Manion Foundation's Operation Legacy Service projects bring veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians across the country together to serve in honor of our nation's fallen heroes. Register to volunteer for a project in your community by visiting
In 1,000 feet,
oplegacy.org.
at the traffic circle, continue straight to stay on Hanover Parkway.
Who desperately needs a break? Then you need to know about Jill's House. To find out more, visit our website, jillshouse.org.
Finally, the Truth Line. The headlines is the Vince Gagne Show, weekdays 3 to 6 on WMAL.
Okay, the fires have left Los Angeles. They're still in Los Angeles County, but now Ventura County, north of Los Angeles County, on fire as well. Oxnard, California, on fire as well. And the Democrats, we've got a news media that
In
believes
1,000
that
feet, at
Democrats
the
are not
traffic circle,
responsible for
continue
anything.
straight to
They're
stay
not
on
treated
Hanover
as
Parkway.
adults might be treated. They're a news media, which is the most corrupt institution in the United States of America. With that, let's go to the telephones, Michael. Let's go to Greg, calling from Rockville, Maryland. Greg, you're on the Chris Williams Show.
Hey, Chris, thanks for taking my call.
Betcha.
I just wanted to say, with Karen Bass, already, New York Times came out with a statement. The New York Times, the morning New York Times came out with a skating report of her travels. She traveled to Paris for the Olympics three different times. So she went from LA to Paris and back, LA to Paris and back, LA to Paris and back. And this is a woman who's concerned about global climate change. I mean, let that sink in. And then she was quoted as saying when she was going to be mayor, she wasn't going to travel as much. She considered it a sacrifice, for her. She's a deity, and she doesn't think that, it's a sacrifice. And she kind of revealed herself as the elitist, or the smug communist elitist that she is, because she said, only going to travel from LA to New York, DC, and Sacramento. The country doesn't deserve your travel, I guess. But anyway, love the show, and exposed. Thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, that's all true, and it was the New York Times. We did this story on my TV show on Newsmax last night as well. At 10 p.m. Eastern Time, the Right Squad, Chris Blanton, the Right Squad. Now, we did this on my TV show last night, it's true. And it was the New York Times, and they revealed, we did an interview with her before she took office as mayor. She had been a member of the House of Representatives, where she got in. While a member of the House of Representatives, she went on every congressional delegation, every junket she could get on to go any place, especially Africa, right? She was in Ghana when the fires started in LA after vowing she would not travel outside of the country while there. Big liar.
This is the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news. WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Alexandria is to watch for crash activity southbound Route 1 between South Kings Highway and Beacon
In 800
Road.
feet, turn right onto Greenfield Drive.
There. Centerville, the crash is reported on northbound 28 Centerville Road and Macon Road. We still jam leaving Bethesda and off at 270. Get past River Road, that crash sits to the shoulder, so still an attention
Take
grabber.
the next right onto Greenfield Drive, then turn right onto Greenfield Court.
Storm website forecast.
Increasing clouds this afternoon with flurries or a snow shower possible, a high of 32. Scattered flurries tonight, gradual clearing, low 19.
This report is sponsored by
Turn right onto
Discover.
Greenfield
Guess
Court,
what?
then your
Discover's
destination will
accepted
be
at
on the left.
99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to fix facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIZ 140530. Texting 64,000 green receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data spam plan numbers is required. Terms and conditions apply. Available at realsuccess.com. Text Tom to opt out at any time.
Would $213,601 change your life?
Yeah.
You bet it would.
Real Success can help. According to the Motley Fool, the average gross profit from house flipping in Washington, D.C. is $213,601. Learn how you could flip homes and secure rental properties, potentially without using your own money and in your spare time with Real Success. If you're ready to take control of your financial future, we're offering a chance to attend our live workshop in Washington, D.C. for free. That's right.
Fletcher Home build you a brand new deck, patio, or screened-in porch for your family's enjoyment. Connect with Fletcher Home today, ask for the Chris Special, and receive 20% off your outdoor living project. Visit FletcherHome.com. That's FletcherHome.com. As you set your goals for the year ahead, make finding a meaningful connection one of them. It's
here
just
we are
launched their
in the
local
neighborhood.
matchmakers, make dating simple
Okay,
and
go to this,
stress-free. They set you up on fun, low-pressure
court
dates
to
that
my
fit into
right.
your busy schedule.
Cars are on
So you
both
can
sides
focus
of
on
the damn
dating
road.
someone who aligns with your goals. This year, don't leave your love life to chance. Take the first step. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlaunchdc.com.
They don't plan them out right.
It's Just Lunch, helping you turn new beginnings into lasting connections.
What do we worry about? We worry about our family. We worry about finances. And yet most of us have nothing in place to deal with death or incapacity. What happens to your life savings, your home? We don't want to leave an expensive mess. I'm attorney James Collins. In my short 2-hour seminar, I'll teach you what you need to know to get your will shaped up. We'll talk about trusts, powers of attorney, healthcare directives. All the stuff you've been meaning to do, you can do. I'll teach you how. I've got 2 dates coming up. Tuesday, January 21st, will be in Bethesda and Cooksville, Maryland. And Thursday, January 23rd, I'll be in Springfield at the Embassy Suites, with sessions at 1:30 and 7 p.m. both days. Register online at thecollinsfirm.com.
Okay, I gotta go because I gotta make a lot of phone calls.
Or call 877.
All right. Have a great day.
That's 877.
See you next time. Don't forget the subscribe button, hit the like button.
Bethesda or
Check out our videos.
Keep your eye in the mail for your special
Take care.
invitation.
Bye-bye.
WMAL, making sense of party politics because somebody's got to hold